not touch me. I am covered in poisons.
Welcome back, fellow nasty gremlins. With this next one, can I just say, this game is way, way, way harder than it looks. You're gonna see a whole lot of missed inputs, and you're gonna think, wow, I could do better than that. And I can tell you right now, no, you can't. No, you can't. So I guess we'll point out the obvious thing that everyone says with Bust a Groove. Bust a Groove should not be confused with that game with the colorful dinosaurs that blow bubbles. That's Bust a Move. Two different franchises, and they got caught up in a copyright kerfuffle of sorts. Hello?
Yo ho, Buster Stone Cold Groove. It's the battle of the century. Get your body ready to jam. Let's get down to breaking, rollerblade dance, house, sexy.
How about that? This game comes with its very own commentator. I don't even have to do anything. It's every Let's Player's dream. The game just Let's Plays itself. If AI gets any better, that might actually be possible someday. Just get like a bunch of celebrity voices and like an auto-generated script. It's like, wow, Will Smith is in this episode. Anyway, so I was saying this game's a lot harder than it looks. You're probably thinking, what? You just press one button over and over again? How hard could that be? What kind of fucking beep is making these that he can't press one button? Well, you see, viewer, it's the timing that's the issue. It always has to be on the fourth beat of the song, and that is where the difficulty lies. I really can't stress enough just the level of attention that it requires to do this. Just how locked in you have to be. Every sequence just feels like the last 2 seconds before a car crash. It's like, whoa! My goodness. And you've got attacks that you can do. Dump a big tasty cake all over your enemies. They should do that in actual, whatever you call them. You want to watch So You Think You Can Dance, and then they hit the buzzer and they have some kind of Amanda Show type contraption where they dump a big cake from the ceiling and presumably kill the contestant if they can't. How heavy would a cake have to be to like smash somebody's bones if you dropped it on them from the height of like your average ceiling? That's a game theory episode for you. Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Game Theory. Today we're going to figure out how lethal is the big cake from Bust a Groove 2 on PS1. But first, a word from our sponsors. Today's episode of Game Theory is brought to you by Depends Adult Diapers. I use these every day. See, have a look. No, Matt Pat, put your pants back on. Sorry, but yes, that's the sponsor for today. Now, enough about diapers, back to the video. To test how lethal the cake is in the video game, we tied an intern to a chair and dumped a big old cake on him. And, he says we're gonna hear from his lawyer, but that's just a theory. Did the cake kill him? Okay, this voice is getting really annoying. I can't do this anymore. Anyway, we won the match. How about that? If we can beat the campaign, there's some unlockable characters, by the way. For those of you who are wondering why the guy on the thumbnail isn't actually in the game, that's why. Remember unlockables? I remember it, so you don't have to. Do you think the dancing in this was mo-capped? I bet you it was. There was another show once who was making jokes of the fact that in all the cutscenes in Sonic Adventure 2, the acting was all mo-capped, and they had a scene where Rouge the Bat did like a sexy twirl, and there was a pause and somebody said, "A man did that." Good stuff. So what do you think the other character's attack is? Gonna do something with that club? Jokes came to mind, but I'm not gonna say them. Stop what you are doing! This is a family event! There's that silly old Cake again. You guys ever watch Cake on FX? Pause for response. It was basically just like a worse version of Adult Swim's Off the Air. I can see what they were going for. They looked at Adolf the Air. Adolf Hitler is flying through the air. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel this free. Flying away on a wing into prayer. Believe it or not, it's just me. Yeah, it's the greatest American hero, but with Hitler instead. What a funny concept. But anyway, yes, with Cake, I think they just looked at Off the Air and thought, hey, we could do that. And they made something that's functionally similar, but the actual quality of the show was maybe 60% as good. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find pretty much anybody who remembers any of the segments from Cake. Trying to find somebody who remembers Oh Jerome No or Two Pink Doors. You might find a Shark Lords fan in there somewhere, though. Shark Lords was decent. They're singing about Potty the Parrot from SpongeBob. Move like Potty, back. Theoretically speaking, how could one move like Potty? Just have like very visible strings all over your body? So this level's got a big Sega Genesis in the background, that's something. Doesn't it look like a Sega Genesis viewer? It's got the cartridge slot right there. These lyrics are just delightfully goofy. Watch out, Grandpa, here comes trouble. What cartoon grandpa did you envision when you heard that line? Was it the grandpa from Hey Arnold? Or maybe Everybody Loves Raymond? Or the Rugrats? Or the Simpsons? Or maybe Cranky Kong? The options are endless. You know, in the Japanese version of this game, all of these songs had different lyrics, as one would expect. Whoa, look out for that, the enemies can attack too. But yeah, in the Japanese version, instead of Watch Out Grandpa, Here Comes Trouble, instead, they just had the Fuck Granddad song from the Boondocks. Interesting choice on their part, especially since that show wasn't even out yet when this came out. They were ahead of their time. You're just mad 'cause your ass is so old. The first thing you do is pick up the phone. In all seriousness, though, the hardcore Busta Groove people tend to prefer the Japanese lyrics to the English ones, because that was the language that it was originally written for, and I guess it's a bit more natural and it flows better. You know, it's always a bit awkward to do these translations and still have them sound good and believable. Wow, this jelly donut tastes amazing. People are gonna be joking about that till the end of time. Can you think of any other examples of strange choices in dubbing? It's kind of outside the sphere of what we consider dubbing. It's not like an anime or anything, but in Agiri, The Wrath of God, the voice actor they got for Klaus Kinski, they just had like a soft-spoken British man. Like, that's not what he sounds like. Not even close. Not even close, baby.